Now that you slaughtered those who would take your lands, I think your claim is as official as it gets. Nice to see you, but how did you get up here? uh, isn't it obvious? How did you do the most convincing impression of the Lord you've seen? If I had known you could do this when I first met, I maybe have tried in earnest to kill you. I hope for the sake of Tara that the right person has inherited this gift. You're powerful in ways that gang bosses and mages aren't. Thank you! But I didn't think you had a touch. Why didn't you tell me? I generally didn't know I had it in me. And now I have this power. Others will fear, for good reason. I'm still not sure this power is. Um, the timer or what it means. I genuinely didn't know I had it in me. Swells, Fate Binder. Congratulations, I think. The Overlord has demanded that one and only one Archon is fit to rule the tiers. To that end, the Archons are to settle through death or dominance. Who is the one and the second? So, what's even more civil war? And the second degree? Hyros has decreed you are the newest Archon. Oh! So the Archons now have orders to control or destroy you, and the other way around. See? This is why I try to avoid getting Hyros' attention. What if... And to be clear, if you wish to love on your hikers, have at it. Crime for Ash. It is no longer a crime for Ash or Nera to kill you, or the other way around. Kairos knows, rightfully so. Would you have preferred another do or die edict? What of the court? I'll let them fight it out. I'm safe up here on my spire. I have a close alliance with Ash though. I think I'm more troubled by the sudden proclamation to Archon. Far beyond the mastery of shadows or ice, or talking to trees, or So, does this mean I finally get to meet Kairos? Maybe get my own world to rule? So, I'm to be Archon of the Edicts? Of the Spires. You realize this is a problem for me. But I didn't ask it. So why do you think work together like water and oil, so letting them each rule half the tiers? Tundun's not here, so I don't mind pointing out that Kairos isn't exactly a loving ruler. So Alpha has become newest Archon. I didn't ask to be an Archon, and I didn't ask to be a Fatebinder. But Kairos is certainly selective, my teacher. Alright. I don't know, but that'll be all. First step is deciding you won't bow to one of the other Archons. I wish you the best of luck. Let's get one thing clear. I want no part of this little contest, Fatebinder. Sorry, Archon. I bow to you. Wait, Fatebinder, sorry. Archon, I bow to you. The rest of you madmen can fight over the right to rule this. This is something just like that. I bow to you. I accept. Thank you. Bows with a graceful sweep of her arm. Just don't let her get away with a bat of the eyelashes and a polite surrender. Yes, you're staying with me! And some loyalty, finally! I've been trying to just get her loyalty up. A question me... Wait. Can you do this again? Me, I think you have it in you. Or at least I like the idea of proclaiming an edict of yours someday. I have something in mind for... Now that you mention it, curiosity demands we try having you proclaim an edict of mine. I'm certain I have it in me to cast another edict, but I'm not sure I want to. Now that you mention it... Are you serious? You let me do that? Ticket detection, please. Sure. What's the worst that could happen to us? One second, I'll try this when I'm ready. Of course! Grab your quill! against Haven. Against the Stone Sea. The Blade Grave against the Disfavored. I could do that. But first, let's get rid of Voices on the Rot. So, address it to their headquarters. Well, I could do an Edict of Storms or Stone. Since they're already in the Edict of the Stone, in the Stone Sea area, let's do Stone. And nothing happens. Ah, there's no point in Whipper. Well, it works when perhaps there's something to that. I haven't learned it yet. Well, perhaps there's some trick. It was worth a try. But your power most certainly worked when you used your own voice. So we at least know that your voice is an essential part. Yeah. In truth, I am a bit relieved. While I relish the thought of being your harbinger of non-negotiable death, I'm not sure being a good sultan. Then again, wait, what? Anyway, it's an honor to be part of the experiment. I say we try this again some other day. Learn about what you can do with your power, and someday I'll be your Herald of Doom. It'll be a day. Game average at fuck you! I know I'm mostly sober, but just so we're clear, you did issue an edict, right? It's like reading fiction. Oh, what? Nose was not wrong. One last thing. All this talk of you being the second coming of the Overlord, and I almost forgot my duties. This is a court summons. Oh. Good luck, Archon. We're an Archon! Archon. I follow no one's orders. The Archon is also aware of what? I'm sure. I'll consider your request. Straight away, I'll consider the request. Trial of the Archons. Final judgment. A call to arms. Hey! Dagger plans, Lethian's crossing. So then, so the library is done and the forge is done. Oh wait, missed it? I take it you're aware of the... Now's a bad time to be the Archon, since most likely I'll be the one to cut you down. See you soon. Taunt. I'm sorry, who are you again? Say something correct, no? Warm regards. Arrange a meeting. Say something corny. Do it. It's like, we do it. Alright. I'm sure everyone has something to say. But anyway, let's... Yes! I got you! Anything to say?
Good day, Fatebinder. What do you need?
I know Barrick has something to say. I can scarcely believe it.
What can I do for you? The thought has...
The big guy here, if you want...
In the disfavored rank, I would...
Sentences.
Alright. And you? Are you trying to piss everyone off, or do you just do this for fun? I'm not judging either way. I saved your skin, didn't I? Charming, in a dumb way. Thanks! Anyway, got something for me, Landry?
Not to steal your glorious day in the sun, but I must say, now all my notes on you are suddenly worth 10 times their weight in iron. My journals will melt the linens off the ladies, I tell you. What's that you say? Buxom, nubile lasses with an interest in old men who know history. You need a definitive tractatus on the trials and tribulations of the Archon of the Tears? Ha! Well, you're in luck. I think one can safely conclude that you have the Overlord's attention, and that of the Tears. Soon, all of Tyranny. You realize, I trust, I hope, that nobody other than Kairos has ever cast an edict until you.
Let's see. Are you sure history hasn't just ended or forgotten those?
Well, I have a hard time believing that someone would cast an edict and not have it noticed.
Huh.
Well, as of now, I've seen with my own eyes that the Overlord is not unique in this regard. And I suppose you're all the evidence I need to throw suspicion on the record. Now, if you are right, that implies the Overlord has no qualms silencing and murdering those who pose a threat. In your case, at least my written record of you might survive. See? I'm being optimistic. His decree forcing the Archons to fight each other seems like his opening thrust. Khalil mentioned the Archon of Ruin was dispatched with his army of Plagueborn. If that's true, the Overlord is certainly not amused. I guess that if you and the Archons don't settle this contest quickly, the Archon of Ruin will be just the first headsman of many. Good question. In parts north, it's commonly held that Kairos' Edict of Dust was the first, but it was cast in the year 11. It was just the first edict to ripple across the whole of Tyranny. If you lived somewhere that used to have antelope, you probably think that's the first edict of the Overlord. But here, the answer is given to us by the Overlord's own sense of posterity. Year 0 of Kairos' calendar is said to correspond to the day Kairos went from warlord to wearer of many crowns. A victory won when the first Edict of Storms shocked both the Cloud Barons and the realm of Medrev to capitulate.
We don't know what an antelope is?
Yes, or it was, at least, until they were all wiped out by the Edict of Dust. Or that's as best we've pieced it together from the records. From what we've gathered from their skeletons, they were some sort of mute beast man that ran on 4 legs.
Antelope are not like beast women. Antelope have hooves for fleeing. Beast women have claws for killing. Antelope don't eat meat, are spooked easily, are large but helpless, lumber but lack reason, are prey. Silverback tribe hunted antelope extinct. Old Ink Mystic tells many strange, stupid tales. Thinks to know everything.
I suppose I'm more of an expert in living things, like birds. And can't quite confirm or deny what you're saying, but just forget I said anything. Only by reputation. Pox helped bring the Northern Empire to its knees a century past, but when that conquest was over, her army was disbanded. The disease-carrying army of the Plagueborn make poor peacekeepers.
Huh.
As you could likely guess, Pox holds mastery over illness, infection, and disease. If Kairos is sending her, it means the Overlord's mercy is exhausted, for such magic won't spare those trying to surrender.
Alright, we'll soon find out.
Indeed. Once again, I find myself wishing the days and nights would slow down just a hair. Never enough hours to journal these dense days. Let us be on our way.
Alright. So we talked to everyone except Eve.
Hail, mighty Archon. Your newfound power runs in the face of what I thought I knew. All my life, I've been told Kairos alone can issue an edict. And yet, here you are, proclaiming mastery of the lands just like the Overlord.
I can remember. I'm just not like the Overlord.
You mean his powers.
I mean her. I mean his.
You say that now. Let's see if you still feel this way when the reality sinks in, and your mastery of this newfound power solidifies. The world now bows to your mere utterance. Each day you will grow stronger, while the world becomes weaker in comparison. Put another way, if I could do what you do, the world would be at the mercy of my depravity. Cursing the name of Ebb, Archon of Fecund Fluids. Let's hope your moral sextant isn't as crooked as my own. Your newfound power runs in the face of what I thought I knew. All my life, I've been told Kairos alone can issue an edict. And yet,
oh, well.
I should certainly hope not. Tyranny isn't large enough for Kairos, and it's certainly going to get very interesting if the two of you start waving your edicts to and fro.
I would have felt if someone else were proclaiming edicts. I knew when this one activated the Spire. From what I know of Kairos, the Fatebinder is definitely a wrinkle in some carefully laid plans.
If anyone...
Your newfound power runs in the face of what I thought I knew. All my life, I've been told Kairos alone can issue an edict.
Enough about me.
And yet, here you... What is it you need? Kairos has forced our hand. If we do not hunt down the other Archons, they'll come for us. And yes, I said other Archons. Your power now sets you apart from the common mortal. From the common threat.
Suggestions?
You have an alliance with Graven Ash. Now's the time to take advantage of that trust. Perhaps you can appeal to the old Archon of War, get him to lay down his arms and be your vassal? It's that or fight him. And I'd rather save our strength for the voices of Nerat. Now, the ideal plan would be to pit the disfavored directly against the chorus, so we could focus on the voices of Nerat with as little interference from his lackeys as possible. You are held in high regard in the court. Tunon doesn't seem the type to bow to anyone, but perhaps Tunon could help you destroy the other Archons, giving you time to figure out what to do with your old master.
Oh.
Kairos has forced our hand.
Well...
If we do not hunt... I find myself at a bit of a loss here. On the one hand, I'd love nothing more than to own a collection of severed Archon heads. But on the other tentacle, this means doing exactly what Kairos is asking. Now that said, I would be most concerned about your mentors. Tunon and Bled and Mark. Graven Ash and Nerat are simple. We can kill them separately. I doubt we can divide and conquer the Archons. Kairos has forced, in a sense. But I'm more excited to view you as a counterbalance. The Edict is no longer the sole property of Kairos. I feel I'm still overwhelmed by what all this means.
Alright, and... Siren.
Good day, Fatebinder. What do you need?
State of the world. Ah, alright. Well, verse.
At your service, Fate. What do you need? What did you have in mind?
Present.
What? I don't have... If that puts me at odds with my Scarlet Chorus...
Well, alright. But anyway, I think we should go to Teuton. But first thing... Oh, wait. First things first. We have...